What's going on, guys? Seb here at La Croix. Today it's all about the HyperRims. Beautiful, badass HyperRims. We got two different styles. You got the Group Bs or we have the Le Mans. Both of them different style, both of them incredibly badass in my opinion. Now these are super solid. They're all CNC'd out of one block of 7075 aerospace grade aluminum. They are pretty much indestructible. Obviously, like any rims, scratchable, but they are extremely solid, beautiful. If you got these on your board, it'll be badass. Now in this video, we will show you how to assemble them and install them. Fairly simple, direct process. Now the La Croix HyperRims were built to be a little wider than regular. The reasons for that is to optimize the contact surface, therefore optimizing grip onto the rim. Alright, so we will assemble a rear belt drive wheel, we will assemble a rear gear drive wheel, and we will assemble a front wheel. So this is pretty much how you should receive it. Ceramic bearing will be inserted already, it should come assembled. Now you'll need to crack it open. Some of them are fairly loose, they'll open up, and some of them you'll need just a little rubber hammer. There you go, there's one. There's a second one. And there's the third one. Now if the aluminum spacers were not inserted already, you will need to insert them now. Just pop it in. Tires valve goes on towards the back of the wheel. So you have your little valve slot here. Dump the valve right in the little valve slot. Might be a little tricky because they fit super tight. Make sure your tube is not in the way so we don't pinch it once we reassemble. We'll do the same process on both of the other ones. Always valve towards the inside of the board, so towards the back wheel. Again, we push the tube out the way. Now we will insert the front part of the wheel, the Le Mans first. Make sure everything is lined up. These pieces are machined to perfection, so they will just clip in. You will feel it clip in. That's where it goes. There's not two places to go. So for the rear wheels, whether it's belt drive or it's a gear drive setup, you will need to insert these little 2mm aluminum spacers that will come with your hardware. So, this will just make sure that everything is lined up properly. Now for the front wheel, we'll help me the other one. Now we have the M5 by 60mm for the rear. And we have the M5 by 35mm for the 4mm bit. This is a very weak drill. Don't ever use a big drill. Either you do it by hand, either you do it with a really weak drill like this, and we just finish them up by hand. Now, as any wheel, we always tie in a star pattern to make sure that it is well balanced. Like I said, I think the best way is always doing it by hand. Takes a little longer, unless you have a really weak drill like this one. Alright guys, so the three wheels are assembled. We have the belt drive HyperRim, we have the gear drive HyperRim, and we have the front wheel. Now, next step obviously will be to pump them up. Now, very important, you pump them up before you install them on the gear drive, because they cannot be pumped once they are installed on the gear drive. And it'll be a bit of a pain in the ass if you install everything you realize needs to be pumped. So make sure to pump them up first. Give this little pump here. Now tire pressure really depends on how you like to ride. anywhere between 30 pounds to 45 pounds. The tires are rated at 50 pounds, but you know, anywhere between 30 and 45 is pretty much comfortable depending on how you like it. So perfect. Now, whether it is belt drive or gear drive, the HyperRims will come with this beautiful aluminum nut. It is E24 is the size of the nut, so fairly simple. Just gonna pop the HyperRims in. There we go, we line them up properly. Put it in. Alright, so before inserting the nut, like shown in the other video, we want to use Loctite to Loctite the nut in. In the other video, I used the red Loctite, which is high strength. High strength is it's a bit overkill. You can use medium if you wish. One or the other doesn't really matter, but you could just put a bit more of the blue one if you use the blue one. So, really simple. Just dump a bit on the thread. Doesn't need to be crazy tight. Now, if it is for a gear drive, obviously you will need to insert your 5 screws that will screw onto the pulley. And if it's belt drive or front wheel, all you need to put is that E24 nut. So that's it. There it is. HyperRims installed. Alright guys, so now that we have our beautiful Lacroix HyperRims ready, assembled, installed on your board, there's one last thing to do. Grab that thing, go outside, and let's go riding. Enjoy, guys.